What's up, everyone? Ryan Gibson here, back at another valuable piece of information when it comes to our three-way approach and how to get to a specific number with whatever your dollar amount goal is at the end of the year, 6 months, 2 weeks, yada, yada, yada. You get it, right? So, last video, I had gone through one of our three-way approaches, and that was the max release. If you have not watched the video, I highly suggest watching it. I'm not going to go through anything here. This, however, is our second approach when it comes to partnering up with different clients, and that's the marketing management approach. Okay, so with the marketing management approach, more or less what that is you're simply taking your client's portfolio and you're marketing and managing it by taking a certain percentage. Okay, and depending on how hands-on you guys are, that's going to be dependent on the 20 to 30%. So right now we're averaging about a 25%. With some of our clients here in the Columbus area, Tampa, Canada area, you name it. Okay, so one thing to kind of to set forth here is when you guys are doing a marketing management approach, there's no risk. You don't own the property. You don't have any expenses. You're simply just doing a service for them and bringing in more revenue based off what you have to offer, right? So this isn't something that I would suggest when you're first getting into short-term rentals, because you need to have the team in place, you need to have the right system and processes, and you need to have a little bit of credibility on your end, because when you go to a client who you want to manage their 8 to 20 apartments that are all one bedrooms, they're going to ask you what sort of properties you have, what sort of numbers have you been able to pull from this. There's a lot of questions that go into play, so you need a little bit of credibility, and this is why I'm going over this second. Okay, so again, so let's just say you're taking 25% of that gross revenue every single month. So going back to the average one-bedroom apartment that we're making is about $4,500. Okay, so you're going to times that by 12. That's where you get the $54,000. Okay, so when you break down your expenses, there is none. Again, there's no risk. You're just taking a profit for bringing people in the door and making sure that you're taking care of the guest and your client at the end of the day. Okay, so no expenses. This is what we love. Okay, so when it's very simple here, when you break down the numbers, you're taking $4,500 a month that you're profiting, cutting it to what your cut is 25%, and that's where you get the $1,100.25. Okay, times that by 12, that's $13,500 that you're taking per year per one bedroom. Okay, then your client's profit is 4,500 times 0.75, which gives you the 3,300 roughly times 12, gives you the $40,000. Okay, now obviously guys, your clients are going to have expenses, things like that. So when you're going to take on a client, you want to take those expenses into consideration, because they're going to ask you, or they're going to tell you, hey, I have $1,100 of utilities, cables, and whatever else they're paying each month. Who knows? I have cleaning fees, I have this, I have that. So you want to make sure when you're breaking down the numbers, it makes sense for them. You don't just want to take on a portfolio and lie to them, because at the end of the day, you want to think of this as a long-term relationship. Because what you're going to start to see is when they start to trust you, they start to see what you're capable of, they're going to give you more, and you're going to build more connections and get into more doors at the end of the day. So that's why it's very, very important, guys, when you guys are partnering with individuals who already have a portfolio of apartments, it's going to open up more doors for you. So break down the numbers, be truthful to them, be transparent, and at the end of the day, you're going to make more money. So I broke down last video, if you want to make $100,000 in a master lease deal, you know how money that is. So if your goal at the end of the year is to make $500,000 of gross revenue, what you're going to do is you're going to take that one bedroom that's profiting a year, and you're going to divide it by that number, which gives you the 38 properties. So you guys only need 38 properties from the marketing management approach to make $500,000 gross. Now, you do have to take in consideration, there's a software out there called Guesty, what we use. They do take 2% per booking. So your net revenue is just going to be a little bit different, but you take $500,000 times 0.02. That's what's going to give you your net revenue by really, guys, doing nothing. Okay, you're getting people in the door and you're making sure that they're taken care of and that you're paying your client every single month on the first. So when you guys are thinking about short-term rentals and getting into short-term rentals, if you look at this number, 38 properties is all you need to make that $500,000. It's a no-brainer, all right? So, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to myself or Will. We'd be more than happy to hop on a call with you and figure out where you're currently at in stage in life and see, if this even makes sense for you and see how you can hop into our program and making sure that you're a good fit.